Right, guys and girls, welcome back. It is 3:11, 15:11 in the afternoon. So hope you guys and girls are doing good. It is today, Thursday, the 3rd of March already, 2022 at the time of the video. And what you're going to be seeing here, this is the just the after video. So you'll see before the video that I'm going to be intertwining with this little area of my building a gaming rig from start to finish. Now, obviously, there's going to be cutscenes in there. There's going to be cuts in there because you don't actually see me do the work because I'm actually doing it because I had to put the parts in, then stop the camera and stuff because I only had my phone with me, so I could only do bits and bobs. So I put it in, fitted it in, started it all, done it all, and it's looking amazing so far. I've switched it on, seems to be fine. I had a bit of problem yesterday with the ATX. I actually forgot to plug it in into the motherboard. I was wondering why basically I couldn't get a signal on the TV. It said no signal. So my brother came in and he goes, that ATX's port is out, he said. So basically you have to use the CPU wire to go from the power supply, which is the Asus Rogue. I think it's the Asus Rogue power supply. So let's have a look in here a second. Right, so this is because I actually bought all my parts separate for this build. Let me have a look on Amazon for the exact ones. I did actually order an i9 for the whole complete setup, but the person basically emailed me back and said basically they didn't have an i9 in, but they had an i7 which was 2 generations forward, which was more better, they said, and they said they'd done it at no extra charge. So I don't know whether I got ripped off or not, but we'll soon see with the build and stuff. It's an i7, and it's an Intel i7 11th gen, 11900K. So the K usually means you can overclock them basically and get more performance out of them. But I'm not going to be overclocking, so there's no point. So before we get into the next part in a minute, so I'm just looking on one of my orders that I actually got through. So one of my orders for the case was my Pioneer Blu-ray or Blu Drive Blu-ray DVD CD writer, supports M-Disc and all that. Well, what I didn't realise, I didn't check, was the front of the case. The case that I actually did get hold of, and I'll show you the case. Actually, not show you, but it's called Golden Fields, and it's the N17 PC case window mid tower. It's a ATX M ATX ITX gaming PC case with 3 halo red LED lights, case fan. They didn't have the fan at the back, where it's at the back. So luckily enough, with my RTX 2080, I had the fan built onto it, so I could just fit it at the back. I've still got. I've had to take it out of the case because I had to rewire the bloody wires back up again, and I had to plug in another Molex to power the motherboard because I had the 124 pin. I had the 24 pin, and then I had the separate one which was in the back to the top bit, where next to the CPU and all that, which was powering up the CPU as well, and I think the graphics card. Pretty much the entire motherboard. So what I've done is that's all actually getting powered by the Asus ROG Strix 750 watt gold power supply. Now I've gone for gold because it's more efficient. Efficient means it's basically going to be nice and easier on your electric bills, basically, and it takes less power. I mean, obviously, it only needs the power that the motherboard is going to supply, so it's not going to use that entire 750 watts. It only use what the motherboard, what the CPU, what the graphics card, and all that kind of stuff uses onto it. So it could be a lot less than 750 watts, but I got the 750 watts just in case. It's got Rogue heat sinks, Axle Tech fan design, dual bore fan bearings, and 0 decibel challenge as well, technology. So it's got no decibels on it, no sound. 80 plus gold certification. Um, Also, I did buy a Western Digital Black 2 terabyte M.2 2280 PCI Gen 4 NVMe gaming SSD with the heatsink, and it says here works with PlayStation 5 up to 7,000 megabytes a second. But I'm not using that for my PlayStation 5. I'm putting this in my new PC build, and you'll see what I mean when I sort of put this video together today. This is probably going to take a while to literally do the entire edit of it. So I'm using that one, and I got my Intel. Actually, I got the motherboard that I'm actually used. Right, wasn't the motherboard that I actually chose. But this is the only one, basically, he said that was efficient, because the other one was, I think the motherboard I was using beforehand was the LG 1151. Now this was LGA 1151. Well, this one is the LGA 1200 socket. So this one's a little bit newer. It's got PCI Express 4.0, 2 times PCI 16 slots. But that was actually, I think it's the same motherboard. I think this was yeah, no, actually no, it's not the same motherboard, because the one he gave me or was going to give me was for the i9. Well, this one is the Prime. It's called Asus Prime B560MA. It's got the 1 GB LAN, HDMI display ports, 8-channel audio form factor. Now, with the audio channels, built-in audio, I actually got my own sound card separate, so I'm going to be putting that on to the 16 slot with the rest of it, and this is going to be linked up with my so basically the one I've got is Asus Strix SAW 7.1 gaming sound card, and I've managed to fit more in yesterday, so I have got enough room to fit all this in. I was a bit worried that I wouldn't have enough room to fit all this in on the ports itself, but I did. The Ava Media Gamer 4K GC5730 PCI capture card, stream and record 4K 60 HDR10 with ultra low latency on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S in OBS, Twitch, and it's yeah, so that's pretty good. Oh well, no, it doesn't say much else on there. And basically, I did have the Pioneer Blu-ray drive, but that didn't fit in, because it hasn't got a drive bay and stuff in there. But my brother was saying, he said, "Well, you could just stick it inside and all that, and just still attach it up to it." But it's going to look absolutely stupid. But if I did it that way, or maybe connect it outside and still have it outwards. But anyway, so actually, arriving tomorrow, actually, which is the 4th tomorrow of March, which will be Friday, is actually my dry bag motorcycle, motorbike waterproof panniers. I've got them for like a shopping bag, so I can put them on. It's basically a saddle bags, and because I need that way, be a lot easier. I can put stuff in and be good for like when I go shopping, rather than getting taxis all the time. I could put the shopping in the bags and then off we go. Yeah, should be awesome. Might weigh a little bit extra though, with it all on, but the weight of that moped is actually really good. But anyway, also I've got a newer 51-in-1 action camera accessory kit, which I will be doing a review later on right here. But first of all, for this video, so this in here is my accessory bag with all my GoPro stuff in there from newer, but we'll do that for a later video. But anyway, I've been actually talking for the last 11 minutes, so we're going to dive straight in to this episode building that. Guys and girls, welcome back to another video of mine today. I am going to basically do a little bit of a gaming build, bit by bit, putting all the parts in, like the motherboard, the power supply. This is by a company called Golden Fields. It's just a normal sized case, so it's not too big, not too small either, but just about right. So this has got like a glass side on it, so I'm going to have to put this to the side, unscrew the front, and then unscrew behind as well, and take the things off the back, because they've got a thing on the back of the case here, so I can get behind somehow. But we should be good on here. But yeah, I'll be back in a minute, guys and girls. Alright, guys and girls, that's the motherboard sorted out as much as I can. So I've got 3 screws in now. I'm going to try and probably fit a couple more around there. But we've got the Be Quiet fan there. That should, I don't know, it should be right for that glass shield to go over there. But the only troublesome is we've got the graphics card one there, which is the 16 times graphics card, as you can actually see. It's a 16 times, and then we've got 2 slots there left for peripherals, like your capture card or your sound card. Now I was thinking, actually that might be alright. That might be alright. I might be able to, depending if this doesn't get in the way, this fan, I might be able to put my 2080 in there, RTX 2080, and then have that running the capture card and my sound card in there. Well, this is actually the Asus. This is the Asus B560M little minus A. So motherboard, it's the 1200 pin CPU, so it's got 1232 gigs of RAM in there, and I think, yeah, there's a 2 more slots to fit another 32 gigs of DDR4 in there. Sorry about the light, because I haven't got much bloody light in here at the moment, but I'm just making do with the video. My next thing is to try and put the power supply in now, see if that will fit in there, which actually power supply is right. So we're gonna try and fit all this in there, all this. So this is the Western Digital Black NVMe.2 7 up to 1. She says up to, not 1, 7,000 megabits a second read. That's pretty cool. 2 terabytes. And also just recently purchased this 4K 4K HDR GC573 Live Gamer 4K capture card. Now, I'm hoping that will fit in there without no problem. And then, also we've got the drive there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that in the front because there's no thing to put it in there for some reason on the front case. So as you can see, there's no drive bay on the front because of the fans. So I'll probably do that as a separate build or something, but Strix Saw PCI Express 7.1 gaming sound card. So that's a 116 decibels. Sonic Studio got in it as well. So I'm going to start fitting all of this into the case. I might have to get a different case at some point, one with a drive on the front, so that way you can just sort of start building from a case. But this has to do for the time being because I'm on a sort of quick in and out at the moment, and then I can do some benchmark testing on it with the power supply. I mean, I've got the Asus. Yes, actually, it's in the. What is it? No, actually, that. So this is actually the power supply. So this is the power supply just here. Rogue Strix 750 watts. So anyway, guys and girls, back in a minute, and I will let you see the build as I go along, little by bit. Okay, guys and girls, the next bit of the build was to take off the case around the back and the front to see what we can work with. And as you can see, we've got the wires down. That will actually have to come around the back somehow. So I might have to see if I can thread these through here. I might have to thread them through this part here and then have them sort of coming out, back out somehow. But and also we've got the cables for the fans. There was 3 fans there. So yeah, it's alright, little case actually, got plenty of room to work with. I have to put the motherboard here, and then I'll have to slide in the power supply unit, which should fit in there, and then I should have the wires coming through here, round the back here, through these little holes, that's all just underneath. Actually, let's have that. Yeah, so look at that. Plenty of room in there to put the wires through. Then you've got the hard drive bays there as well, so you can put that on the side. That's pretty cool. So you can put. That's cool. You've got enough room in there for at least 2 drives. But because I'm putting the hard drive onto the motherboard using the NVMe drive, that's gonna be even better. So what I could do is thread this through the back, and that way I can just put them in later on, and then have them around the back. Saves it getting all the wires and shit through, and I can thread these through the back and hopefully have enough room to put the motherboard in there as well, because the motherboard's going to go in here. Anyway, so I'm going to fit that in now, the motherboard, and then I'm going to basically do a video of what it looks like afterwards. So I'll be right back, guys and girls. See you in a minute. Okay, there you go, there's the next bit of the build, guys and girls, into this video. So we've got the motherboard in, we've got all the wires hanging out from the back. I need to tuck those in and then just cover them over it. We've got the SATA stuff, but I don't think we really need that because I haven't got any room to put a drive in. I might just keep them. Some actually might keep some for the fans and stuff, the CPU fans. I thought there was a fan at the back here, so I'm gonna have to get a bloody fan to go at the back of 120, because I did think I had one somewhere, but bit of a nuisance. But hey ho, hey ho. Yeah, anyway, so it's getting there, the build, slowly, bit by bit. Then I've got to put the capture card, and I've got a couple slots there. I've got 1, 2, and then I've got that one at the top there. So you've got this tiny one, which I might be able to put one card in, and I'm not too sure about the other one. But we're doing a sort of Asus build, because the power supply is in the back, by the way. So if I just slowly turn that in, and you'll see the whole build. Alright, so actually that needs to go a bit more on to that. I need to screw that bugger in, because that one screws missing at the top. So I'm going to have to screw that one at the top. But this one's got like USBs, yeah, quite a few USBs on there, HDMI, and then you've got the USB-C there as well. So there's a lot, and then you've got the audio stuff in there, but I'm going to be putting my own audio adapter in there. And this is from behind. So I've got the power supply there. I've actually kind of tucked that all in behind as well. And then, so it's coming along, and I've got a few things hanging out there which I need to sort of cable tie it all down. But yeah, look at that. So we're getting there slowly, bit by bit. But anyway, guys and girls, I'll be back in a little bit. See you in a bit. Alright, guys and girls, looking a little bit messy, but not too messy at the moment. So I've powered it up, tried it, so it seems to be powering on, and I've got the power switch on the top there. So I plugged it all in, just make sure it was all doing. The fan seems to be working. Got the fan at the back here as well, which is connected to the MSI GeForce RTX 2080 in there as well. But I'm going to be shoving some of these wires, because I've got some of these wires here. I don't even need these SATA cables now, because I don't even have a hard drive in there. All I've got is basically the NVMe 2 terabyte NVMe drive, and then I can just use these ones here to turn on the power, or plug the USB in there. I can load the Windows on from there. I'll have to download it from my computer and then buy a key on eBay later on today sometime, or probably Amazon. I don't know which is the best one to do it for. And then we can actually install the Windows. We can still install the Windows, but we haven't got a key to do it. So I've got enough room. I should have enough room under there as well to put my capture card and sound card in there. But we'll see that in a minute, see if we've got enough room. And I will be back in a few minutes, guys and girls, and we'll see if we can put it in. Stay safe and see you soon. Alright, yeah, guys and girls, welcome back. So I've kind of tucked a lot of it under here for the wires in the back, and then I'm going to put the case over the top of it, or the side panel over the top, and then we should be finished in a minute. I've linked up 3 fans on the front, and they will basically be the lights that come on the front of the case. So there's 3 fans, and they all light up as well. I've just checked them all out, tried them, and that should be good. And then you can see the power supply is there, but when you look on the other side, it doesn't look like there's a power supply there. It's all hidden away. that's where all the wires are hidden away as well there. So I've kind of cable tied some of the area. Actually, I don't need that one, that's a spare one. But yeah, that looks fine. And that just keeps it all looking secretively. I still need to do a bit of management on the other side, but I will be back in a second, guys and girls. I'll turn. Actually, what I could do, I could do this while I'm doing this a minute. Hang on. Oh, actually, that's glass. Let's see, Phil's glass on the front. Okay, so this is actually glass. So just need to be careful when we do this. It's very heavy though. Now, obviously, I can probably. I mean, I suppose that's the best way of keeping it because I've got the wires there, and I've got one going to the sound card, a 6-pin to there, and then I've got my capture card there as well, AVerMedia capture card. I will do some things on it later on. I just need to get Windows 10 installed on it, which shouldn't be too long, and that'll be on my NVMe fast drive, which has got 7,000 reads on it, so that's going to be awesome. And then I could probably put in, and I've got my RTX 2080 at the moment, and you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you get a 3080 or something? Well, at the moment I'm waiting for the 4000 series to come out, so fingers crossed that we can get hold of one with all these bloody sculptures about. So yeah, I mean, it's looking clean in there, looking clean. And then we've got this fan, which is basically going to the GPU, the graphics card basically, and it's just keeping everything cool in there. And actually that needs to come down, so otherwise I won't be able to, as I suppose. Yeah, so when I put that over the case, that should be fine. And maybe I could tie that to something, that fan. But anyway, I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys and girls. Alright, yeah, guys and girls, welcome back. I wouldn't say it was a bit of a long video, but as you can see, at the end of this video, going towards the end. Now, obviously, I'm still working out the wires at the moment. I've had to basically take off the back since this video, since yesterday, since I did some modifications with it. Because I've had to take the back plate off, because I actually put the wrong, I didn't put it in the ATX motherboard to power the motherboard up, and I was wondering why my graphics card wasn't working. And I tried the motherboard as well and plugged that in separate. I thought, what the hell's going on? But like I said, it was in, it wasn't plugged in, so I had to use an extra 2 CPU plugs to go into the back to power the motherboard up and the CPU as well, and the graphics card. So now that I've actually made a mistake on that one and just redid it yesterday, it's working today. So I took out the capture card and the sound card just in case it was that which was fault, but it wasn't. It's fine. Anyway, so the NVMe drive, I put the operating system on that. I got Windows 10 on it, but I'm waiting for the Windows 10 disk, like I was saying, at the end of it. So that should be in a couple of days to get a Windows key. And then we can do some benchmark testing on it at the 11,900K CPU, which is actually Skyrocket, I think it's called, because the previous one I had was actually Skylake, and Skylake was fantastic. It was good, but it's like it was a 6700. It's all down to cores though. A lot of it's all cores. Like needs to balance between cores and speed. Speed and cores are actually good and essential, because you need it kind of balanced really and stuff, and good optimization of fans in there as well. I've got 3 fans at the front, and then I've got the massive radiator at the back, which is connected to the graphics card. So that should be exhausting out. For some, right, there's no ceiling fan on the top, but I was just looking on the thing there actually. I can see that I might be able to take that top off and place it with another one maybe. So I could actually, theoretically, I could make a seat. Actually, I could do my own customization ceiling and then put a fan at the top as well. Um, that would be actually quite cool if I could do that. I'll probably do that at some point. But I need to get one. It's the roof bit on it, the ceiling. Make sure there's like a hose in it, so it's going all the way around. But anyway, if you guys and girls enjoyed this video, leave a like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe. The video itself is, I think, 4K. The main videos of me doing this. Did all this on my iPhone, on the iPhone 11 Pro, and I did that in 4K 24 frames per second. But this video obviously is a bit janky and all of that. This one's like 1080p, but this is 24 frames, so I'm just keeping it the same frame rate on it, so it makes it much easier. But because the videos that I recorded was in 4K, I'm going to downscale that to 1080p, so it's a lot easier for editing, and also just gets it out there a bit quicker. But anyway, cheers for watching, guys and girls. It is today the 3rd already of March 2022, and it is Thursday, so we're nearly weekend already. Hope you guys and girls enjoy your weekend, stay safe, and I will see you on the flip side, guys and girls. Cheers for watching, and see you soon.